Melbourne. Nice.
down in the south.
I have to be honest, man. I've been looking a lot at Australia. It'd be a nice place to work in the future. But until then, let's talk about that later. Right now, we got a game on our hands. Okay, here we go, guys. This is game number 3, PoZ versus Trip Clan Masters Tournament. We are going to see a 3v3 on islands here. We have Tammy, Sleep, and Bustos for the PoZ team versus Loom, Kamigawa, and Golden End. My name is Killer B. I am here with Mr. Robo.
Oh, hello.
Hey, I got to put you on the spot at least once per cast. That will be the only time. So this is the home map of PoZ. You can see on the scoreboard they did lose a game here. They lost game number 2 on the home map of Trip. If you guys haven't seen that game, check it out. But this game here is going to be on islands. It is PoZ's choice, and we have to think that they have a strategy or a plan that they think gives them an advantage. A couple of stone piles here cobbed up in the trees for the purple player Bustos. Otherwise, Bustos should be fine. Has his main stone, main gold. The proximity of the resources to the water can actually matter in islands. Sometimes you can get pressured on those coastal resources. It does not look like it's going to be a huge problem for most players. Bustos could be under a little bit of pressure. I think most everybody else should be okay. Is there anything that strikes you about this map, Robo? Any player's map that strikes you as interesting?
Not particularly. I think the extra islands are quite important, though. I think they're slightly favoring the PoZ side, especially that really big one in between Hammy and Sleep with that golden stone on it.
Mm-hmm.
That is definitely favoring their side. And then the other gold island is kind of in the middle. And then like the third extra island, it's only got a little bit of stone on it, so it's not as important.
Looks like we are going to see a back dock from the teal player Kamigawa. Other than that, we don't really know what players are planning to do. Hopefully we will be pleasantly surprised. Of course, your scout is good for luring boars on island maps, so we will probably see that from anybody and everybody. Everybody's got to figure out what their dimensions are, and like you said, I do think that island in front of Tammy and Sleep is going to be really interesting to see if they move to it. If the game lasts that long, you know, sometimes if you control water so heavily, it just becomes so crushing to your opponent. You need to be able to get your fishing economy up and going. You can see the corners of these maps, especially the bottom corner and the top corner, have a ton of fish. And those will probably be hotly contested between Loom and Sleep on one side and between Kamigawa and Bustos on the other. I do think that's going to be very important, those two corners.
Ooh. Sleep has a really unfortunate dock, though.
Sleep
Got
is...
that other island directly across from him.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Sleep is going to be fishing basically shore fish all around that dock. That is a really, really tough position, but it's okay. He's going to build several docks here if he does go with some galleys here in the long run. It will be fine in the long run, but yeah, it's going to slow his early game. And we should mention, we're going to see Vikings, Japanese, and Huns versus Vikings, Japanese, and Saracens. Golden End as Saracens. That's an interesting pick on this map. Very interesting.
I think Saracens definitely have their place. The faster firing galleys, and especially in the pocket position like this, where their lack of an eco bonus doesn't play as big of a role. So they're much more able to get up to Castle Age and abuse faster firing. Whereas like in Feudal Rush, where not having the eco bonus means you might be delayed up to Feudal Age, plays much more important role.
Yeah, absolutely. And mostly right now we're just seeing players pushing scouts, grabbing boars, getting everything set. Does not look like we're going to see a 4 minutes was the cutoff for a rematch, so we are going to see this one played through. Both teams do have both of their rees left. Kamigawa not that happy about something. Fishing on the front here for Bustos has not gone to the hot corner that we all wanted him to go to just yet. He's still docking and getting ready. Blue player has docked on a, the teal player has docked on a very bad position. So the teal and red players will both have very, very mediocre docks. At least there is one Dorado patch there for Kamigawa. That is better than the red player here can say. He's got shorefish, and that's about it. He has one snapper pile. Okay. So anyway, we continue to boom our way through here. Game number 3, players getting their docks up, getting their Dark Age going, trying to get probably a decent amount of fishing ships out on the water. We are inevitably going to see galleys here. We're going to see some early aggression, one would think. The best dock so far is probably for the green player here, Loom. He's close to that huge patch of fish that we all kind of want him to go to eventually.
Oh, look at that uptime for Bustos. He's definitely going to get in there and try to snipe some fish off really early. And
Yeah.
Kamigawa, he said bitch there because he lost a villager to his boar.
Oh. Oh,
So
boy.
he's going to be in a really bad position here. He's not up to fuel age yet versus the opposition with the fastest fuel time.
The only advantage he has is that he went back dock. I mean, right away he went with the dock in the back, and he can only hope that Bustos will go the long way around the island and slowly search for him, and maybe he can get some galleys out. But yeah, Bustos with a major advantage in feudal uptime. Bustos playing his Huns, I'm not exactly sure how he got up so quickly, just a little bit more efficient, I suppose, than the other players. Still fishing on the front, has 3 ships out, is going to have a second dock down. We'll transition to gold now with 3 villagers to start to get the galley production going. He'll be up first. Right behind him will be Sleep. Sleep is doing pretty much the same, getting a second dock, getting villagers over to gold. Kamigawa and Doom will almost certainly be doing the same things themselves. The question is, are these pocket players... Are these pocket players executing a little bit different of a strategy? It does look like they are holding out in the Dark Age a bit longer. Maybe a quicker castle time? Is that what we're going to see?
Tammy is just going for a really, really strong fish boom here. He's going for 3 dock fishing ship at the moment. Whereas Golden End's just on the single dock. So Tammy might be a little bit later to castle age because of the more wood that he's having to spend now. But once he does get up, his economy is going to be such a monster.
I will defer to your experience here, but what are your thoughts on slinging in this particular game on islands? Is that something you see often, or is that pretty damn rare?
It's in a 4v4, it might be a thing you could do, but in a 3v3, I would definitely not risk it. Like, assuming a pocket player is slinging, like say for instance, if Golden End went for a sling, then you have Tammy over here, who's fish booming, who already has 11, 12 fishing ships. His economy is just going to outstrip you so quickly. And once Golden End loses his fish, then it's very quickly going to start to fall behind, because Tammy can then sling if he wants to after getting to castle age and getting a little bit of map control with his superior economy, because he's just got double or triple the amount of fishing ships.
And like we were speculating, Bustos has gone the long way around Kamigawa's island, so that is going to give Kamigawa a minute to boom up, or to get out a couple of galleys and probably be able to defend at least the first bastion. So we are not going to see fishing ships sniped right off the bat. We will eventually see some pretty hardcore water action here. The green player here is has a couple galleys in defense, is still trying to fish, is working his way slowly toward the best part of the map. We will see Sleep actually run rather sail all the way across the map. He's going to join Bustos. Do you see the red and purple players here joining forces?
Oh yeah, right in the middle.
Oh,
Yes.
that's going to be very nice for them. They may head straight back to Golden End's area. They may be looking for Golden End's fishing right now.
Could be all. They could try to get in at the back of Kawinga, but words just fell apart there.
Yeah, Kamigawa has a few in defense. These ships have not exactly balled up. They are actually kind of spreading all around the map from Sleep and Bustos. So those guys getting in fletching, getting everything in order, they do seem to be splitting their ships pretty much everywhere. I guess they are just trying to snipe some fishing here. I thought they were going to ball up and do some damage, but they're really just doing scouting and finding their opponent's docks. For now, Kamigawa will still be very safe in the middle. He does not have the greatest fishing area. He does need to get a few docks out of that area, but he also needs to get galleys to establish those docks. Green and red players fighting on the front. It does actually look like Loom has a pretty good fight on his hand right now. He's got Sleep's army cut off from the initial straggler ships. So there are 5 ships there from Sleep, and they are pretty much having to fully retreat for the moment. Green player controlling a bit of the map right now. He is going to be fighting the remassed ships now from Sleep, and he's going to have to run back himself. So a little bit
does have fletching as well, so it makes it a whole lot easier for him to take these fights. He can micro much easier with the extra range.
Yeah, a little bit of aggression there early. Oh, what's this? Kamigawa came down to try to do to try to clean up this one galley from the red player Sleep, but he had to retreat back home because he's being pushed on by Bustos. So one galley right now, idling an entire fishing economy there from Sleep. He's doing a very nice job. As you said, Sleep can take these fights against the green player Loom, so that is going to be a bit of a stalemate, I would think, for now. Both players probably not wanting to commit to a big fight unless they have an advantage. Kamigawa seems to have an advantage on Bustos, at least in his own zone, so he's going to hold Bustos back at least for a moment. So it is a very tactical game so far. No real aggression from the pockets just yet. Blue player, as you said, was fish booming like a mofo and will be to Castle Age very quickly, as will Golden End.
But just the economy difference between the two players. Golden End has 9 fish, Tammy has 17.
Yeah, Tammy absolutely booming like crazy on fishing right now. Tammy and Bustos with the highest fishing numbers, and Bustos has a pretty big navy here. He is ready to try to come and try to maybe knock down Kamigawa another peg, but for the moment, he will run back. That fight will continue to wait. Players being very patient here, can't take a bad fight, could lose you the game. Loom has the numbers by the looks of it against Sleep, not +1 damage on his ships, so he will need to be careful. He needs to have a pretty major advantage when he's going to take a fight. Fletching coming in for Tammy. It's coming in for Loom as well. Okay, Loom will be ready soon to take a fight. Right now, Bustos is being chased back, and it seems like the TRP guys are just fine. I mean, the fishing boom of Tammy is concerning, but TRP is not at all dropping the ball here. They are ready to play another great game, Robo.
Oh yeah, but Kamigawa, he's in possibly a bad position here if Sleep comes in behind him. Bustos is sort of a pincer in this position.
Absolutely, yeah, a little bit of a risk.
If he did, but
yeah,
decided to go on, maybe try to get the Golden End's fish.
Yeah, Sleep is going to go all the way around the horn, and he's either going to get Golden End or he's going to get Kamigawa's fish. He's going to get some fishing ships here.
But he has sacrificed his own fish in the meantime, though.
Ah, yes, absolutely. Loom running in to snipe quite a few fish, one would assume. I didn't see him go down, but I assume he grabbed the fish down there. He's actually grabbing a couple of Vills on the front from Sleep. The blue player here, Tammy, will have war galleys in, and that's going to be a big problem. And Loom is actually crushed into the corner here. Loom can take this fight. You know, it maybe has to, but not ideal at all. Do you see those fishing ships there? I'm sorry, those galleys?
Those galleys, yes. But it will probably win this fight, but the losses are going to be quite significant at this stage.
Yeah, he's going to take a lot of losses there. The yellow player is still not really on water to a large extent, has 4 war galleys out right now. He will be chasing around Sleep, who is headed over to hit his fishing economy. We have a brief pause here in the game, guys. Oh, no, we do not. Brief pause is over. Bustos will be to Castle Age soon. He will be the second player up for his team. We'll see Loom up a little bit behind him. That fight did actually end up being a full-on retreat from Loom, so he took some free damage there. Tammy will continue to mass war galleys and chase the green player across the map, but you know what? The damage is kind of done here. Loom was able to do quite a bit of damage on the fishing economy of the red player here, Sleep. He will go back home, and hopefully, for his sake, he will have war galley before his fishing economy gets attacked. On the other side, Kamigawa's on the offensive versus Bustos, which is a little bit surprising. Bustos had the early uptime. We thought he would do a lot of damage. Right now, Kamigawa could go in and kill all of Bustos' fishing, but he doesn't quite see it yet. Bustos is doing a good job to hide those fishing ships. He's actually going to run them into the view here, though.
Bustos has been a little bit greedier, though. He's made a lot more fishing ships to allow this faster uptime he has. So that's probably why he has a slight military disadvantage.
Yeah, Bustos going with a quicker uptime, like you said. He's doing a decent job to hang in there versus Kamigawa. Unfortunately for the teal player, he was not able to find all of those juicy fishing ships in time to do damage. Now War Galley is in for Bustos. Golden End's fishing economy is pretty much done for now. It's sailing all the way around the map, trying to avoid Sleep's galleys. We see a fight on the front, though. Loom and his teammate Golden End will cut off the reinforcements from Sleep right now. They're going to grab down some galleys here for pretty cheap. They may even start targeting docks down, so they are a force to be reckoned with on that side. And right now, Tammy does not want any part of that fight. Or does Tammy want part of that fight? Yeah, here comes Tammy with that fight. Bodkin Arrow coming in for the green player. Yellow player needs to be careful here. He's got a little bit too focused down on those previous galleys. And yeah, we have a full fight there between blue, yellow, and green.
This is very intense, and unfortunately, Sleep can't really help out. He's only got, what, like a handful of galleys left in his docks? So even once he does get War Galley, there's just not really enough numbers to stop Golden End retreating at this stage.
Yeah, Golden End and Loom need to retreat for a moment until Loom gets War Galley. Then they can turn around and really take this fight. It's time. Golden End needs to be simpatico with his teammate here, and he is, and that is going to push Tammy back. They will get some free damage down. On the other side, Bustos is raiding with War Galleys. He is in on the teal player, but the teal player there is bolstered by Golden End on that side as well. So Golden End spreading the War Galleys around in defense in this case, and they, for the moment, will push Bustos back. So Golden End here spreading his galleys out a little, and it seems to be working so far, helping each teammate just a little bit.
Oh, he's definitely doing a very good job. And also, he has quite a lot of feudal age galleys that's coming and go out. So he's got to be very careful, Bustos does, if he wants to try to push in there. Because if those galleys suddenly get War Galley while he's in the middle of a fight, then he's just going to lose all of his galleys.
Yeah, Golden End is taking a bad fight on the top side near Kamigawa. Those two guys need to work better together to make sure that their fights are coordinated. On the bottom, he's doing okay with Loom, but he's also leaving a couple galleys behind. So both of his teammates pulled back while Kamigawa wasn't quite ready to, or while Golden End wasn't quite ready to. Took some losses there. He's going to have to retreat with his teammates on that side, on the bottom side. On the top side, they do seem to be holding just fine. War Galley is in for Kamigawa, who is going to come forward. Blue player pushing on the front does seem to be spreading around the map with War Galleys and fishing. Fishing economy for Tammy is still 17 ships this late in the game. Absolutely a massive advantage on the fishing economy there. Bustos with 10 as well.
If you have a look at his resources, Tammy is halfway to being able to click up to him. He's got 600 food, 500 gold.
Yeah, Tammy...
He's starting to build his buildings.
Tammy's in a great spot right now. They just need to make sure that they don't take any bad fights on the water. Loom right now is taking a fight that does not seem that good to me. Could be wrong. He's taking a big fight against Tammy in Sleep right now, standing his ground, and looks like he will be losing a lot of his War Galleys here. On the front, he's got a few War Galleys that are trying to... On the other side, he's got a few War Galleys trying to do a little damage, but I don't think he's going to be able to take this. He's going to have to go back. His fishing is going to be in a lot of trouble. It's kind of up now to Kamigawa to maybe make a push on Bustos' side. Bustos is no pushover, though. He's got a pretty big navy ready as well. Tammy and, Golden End and Kamigawa here need to work well together and do something on that side, because the other side is in a lot of trouble. Tammy is now targeting down docks from Loom.
And the issue here is that if they don't do something to curb Tammy's military advantage right now, then once he gets Galleon, there's nothing they can do to stop him.
They need
to either completely take Bustos off the water and force Tammy to come over to that side of the map, or somehow trap Tammy somewhere where they can kill him.
Yeah, Bustos would be wise, I think, to back up into this channel before he takes this fight. I do think his opponents have the higher numbers, and he could benefit from the narrowing of the channel, but for now he's going to take that fight. On the other side, we see the red player Sleep is working his way around the horn to put pressure on reinforcements from Golden End. So Golden End's going to have a lot of trouble reinforcing his teammates. It is going to be a win on the top side, I think, for the TRP guys versus Bustos, but by winning on that side, they will inevitably be losing on the other side. Loom is losing all of his docks there. He's going to be in trouble. The red player is raiding in the back of the yellow base, at least cutting off reinforcements. It looks very good for PoZ all of a sudden, doesn't it?
Oh, and Bustos is actually trading extremely well here. Like, he is losing, but he's doing massive amounts of damage to the two players he's versed.
Yeah, and they're going to retreat off from that because Tammy is now coming in with War Galleys from the other side. So in the end, absolutely, Bustos able to stall. Tammy is 95% of the way to Imperial Age, and Kamigawa saying, "Are you GG?" Golden End says, "No fish, yes." When they see Imperial Age, their will might be broken. This might be GG right here.
Oh, I think it's quite likely within the next couple of minutes.
Fight continuing on the front. We do see continued raiding from Tammy on the backside. Beautiful game from Tammy. Able to have the time to fish boom. Able to get to Imperial. And Bustos' early aggression was enough to slow down Kamigawa. Sleep did enough early in the game to keep it in order, and really they allowed Tammy to boom a little bit out of control here, pushing on every single side of the island from the green player. Yellow player has lost his fishing ships and is not really seeming to do a lot of damage, lost a few vills as well. This is a big problem, and the last army on that team from Kamigawa is really getting pressured from every single side.
Oh yeah, there's 3 players over there fighting versus him.
Yeah, Galleon is in from Tammy. Gotta say Galleon at least once in a water map. And there is the GG. Well, PoZ dominating that game in just 30 minutes. Not terribly unexpected. It was their home map. They are maybe a little bit more seasoned on water maps. I don't know that much about TRP, but I would assume that these guys might have had an advantage based on the water. Tammy fish boomed and really was able to take over the game in the late stages. Got to Imperial. Interesting that the Vikings player was the one who was really booming up and going Imperial, but it worked beautifully for that team. And that is going to be GG, Mr. Robo.
That was a very good game, though.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Even with Tammy's fish room, there wasn't really a GG moment until the very end. Like, they were still pushing back on both sides for a while, and they could have taken a couple of fights differently here and there and maybe gained some small advantage.
Yeah, Tammy with a massive food collection advantage because of that fish boom. Obviously able to collect a lot more wood because less villagers on farms, and in the end able to get the win. Very nice game from the PoZ clan, showing why they are one of the favorites in this group and in this tournament. Nice game from them. All right, we will jump.
I wonder what map the TRP will be picking now.
That is the question. That is the big question. So game number 4, I'll put the details in the link. Do you have any speculation after what you saw them do on Arena? What do you think they'll try to do here?
I'm not too sure because they've got a lot of options.
Yes, they do. I'm posting them right now onto the live stream. Let's figure this out. Game number 4, 3v3 or 4v4. Losing clan may choose between Arabia, Dry Arabia, Bedouins, Land Nomad, or the CM map pack. It has to be different from their home map pick, so it won't be Arena again. That's for sure. Hidden different civs for each clan. We may see a 3v3 in this one. We have seen a 4v4 in this series, but we've seen 2 3v3s. I'm not sure. The TRP guys are having a little bit of trouble getting a 4th player in order for the games. And what are we going to see? Oh, you're posting it in the... Nice. Robo, you are the man.
Oh, no problem.
Robo is on top of things. Who is TRP and what rating? TRP is... let me tell you what that clan name stands for. The Rising Power.
The Rising Power.
Yeah. And they did rise a little... Oh, let me update the score. They did rise a little bit there. Able to steal a win from PoZ, who is, I think, the hands-down favorite. But able to get a win there. And now it will be 2-1 total. So PoZ with the lead. But this is the group stage, so every win counts. Yeah. So TRP able to steal a win. I don't know all of their ratings. I think they're... the PoZ guys are a little bit higher rated. They're probably in the 2K range, each player. I don't know about TRP.
Mostly 18, 19 plus for all their players at least.
Gotcha. TRP, what do you want? They are thinking about it. So yeah, guys, welcome to the first weekend of the Clan Masters Tournament. We are here with set number 2. This is the second set of games. We are going to see more games here all day today on Voobly Official. There will be Clan Games, Aliens and Predators versus AOHD is coming up next with SMB at 16 GMT. We are closing in on 16 GMT. Should be done just in time for that. At 19 GMT, we'll see Medi's Boys and Team 1v1 with Jeanette. Those are going to be really fun games. Sunday will be busy and packed as well. Hopefully you guys will be on board for most of those and enjoy some good, competitive, spirited gameplays. Robo talking with the players in the game, trying to help them figure out all the rules and settings so that we can get this last game right. We do not want to do anything wrong here. We have 3v3 up right now for players. There is a fourth player ready for each team by the looks of it, so we may see 4v4. We may